Hey, Israel, Satan do not want this word to go out, man.
Uh,
Yeah, right and left, things are continuing to happen. And we're gonna continue on though. We're gonna do the work. We cannot let Satan win, right? So without further ado, one more time, I'm gonna bring out Hebrews 3 and 13, right? It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 13. But exhort one another daily, while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. For we are made partakers of Christ if we holding the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end. So, as I was bringing out earlier, it is imperative that we exhort each other daily, man. That goes into rebuking each other daily, right? Not always rebuking. Sometimes it's just calling and giving exhortation, telling the brothers to continue on. But it is our job that we do that, man, right? Because as I was bringing out earlier, you know, when you're exhorting a brother, you're also exhorting yourself to stay from sin, right? To abstain from sin, right? Because you hold yourself to a higher level. You're telling your brother, hey, brother, you know you can't be eating pork, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that keeps it fresh in your mind. Hey, I despise pork. You know what I'm saying? That's disgusting. When you telling somebody else that, it's also playing in your mind as well, right? So it's building you up as well. You know what I'm saying? And we are made partakers of a Mashiach if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast. So which means we can't faint, man. We got to remain steadfast in this thing, right?
uh,
What I was going to the last moment before everything cut off again was the Blue Letter Bible, and I wanted to bring out the definition of exhort, right? So I'm gonna bring it out one more time so we can finally move on past this point, right? Share my screen. All right. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 13. All right, play the word.
Strong's
Oh,
G
Salakia.
1438. How to. How to.
Salakia, that was the wrong word, but this the word right here.
Strong's G 3870. Parakaleo. Parakaleo.
Parakaleo, right? That's the Greek word. What does it mean? Right? Beseech, comfort, exhort, desire, pray, entreat, right? To call to one side, call for, summon, to address, speak, call to, call upon, which may be done in the way of exhortation, entreaty, comfort, instruction, etc., to admonish, to exhort, to beg, to entreat, to beseech, to strive to appease by entreaty, right? To console, to encourage, and strengthen by consultation, to comfort. I like that one right there. To console, to encourage, and strengthen by consultation, right? Reading on, to receive consultation, be comforted, to encourage, to strengthen, exhorting and comforting and encouraging, to instruct, teach, right? So it is an imperative thing that we teach, man. We have got to teach. We can't decide, hey, you know what, today I don't feel like it. Right? That's going off, man. Right? We got to continue to do the work day in and day out. Right? Whatever you got.
let's get that. Matthew 37, 9 and 37. Like,
I had that one in the chamber.
oh, okay.
That's the spirit though. All right. I
Um,
got it. I bring it out.
I got you. I got you.
I'm right
I'm
here
already,
already. Oh, go
oh, yeah,
ahead.
I'm already right there too. It say Matthew 9 and 37. Let's start at verse 36 to give context. It says, but when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. That's right. Sheep having no shepherd. And right now, you know, I think that's Judges 17 and 6. Let's see. Like Judges 17 and 6. It says, in those days. there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes. So that's what's happening in Israel right now, and that's why we are shaking of the head among the heathen, because there's no instructors, man. There's
Con,
nobody instructing the people, right? So it says, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. And that's what happened when a sheep have no shepherd. The sheep just scatter, man. They
con,
scatter and start doing whatever they want to do. Now they making wall star hip hop videos, killing each other, right? Yeah, committing all types of uh, uh, adulteries, defiling their own body, defiling their temple, right? Verse 37, it says, then says he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest, right? And what is the harvest? The harvest is the Lord's. I mean, it's Israel, man. We
con,
supposed to go out there and feed the sheep, right? We're supposed to uh, teach our people, man. We're
con,
supposed to teach our people and instruct them so they won't do what's right in their own eyes. That's it.
con.
Because our people indeed are scattered, man. And it's like the scriptures say in Matthew chapter 12, verse 30, he that doesn't gather with me scattered abroad. You have to gather with Yahweh, right?
Con. Con. I got let me get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of every holes of the rocks. So what Yahweh says, he gonna send forth many fishers, man, and they shall fish them, right? So we are in the days of fishing right now. The Most High has sent forth this fisher, so we got to be doing the work, right? That's what that's talking about. They ain't talking about. Is he talking about going fishing? Is he talking about going and sitting on the edge of a boat and fishing for fish? No, that's not what he's talking about, man. He's talking about going forth and fishing men. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men."
Yeah.
Right. So that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be following Yahweh Shai, who went out on the highways and hedges and did the work, man. Being fishers of men. That's how he brought people into the fold, man. If Yahweh Shai was sitting in the house all day, man, how he would have never got his disciples, right? He was on the streets walking. Hey, follow me, right? And it's the same thing, right? We out calling to the brethren, right? Follow. Let me get that. Let me get that. The book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 20. And though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, though he give us the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, right? Right. We've been going through adversity. We've been dealing with affliction day in and day out, right? Being oppressed people day in and day out, right? Dealing with the a base man ruling over us, man. There's no more affliction than somebody ruling over you that you know you're better than, right? Reading on. Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. What that say, man? It said, hey, your teachers will not be removed into a corner no more. They ain't hiding in no houses. They ain't sitting behind a computer just typing away, right? It says your eyes shall see them, man. They will be visible, right? Which means they're gonna be out doing the work. Okay. Then on top of that, reading on, it says, and thy ear shall hear the word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. So we going to the fishers of men, they're gonna be out telling you, hey, this is the way. Walk ye in it, man. That's the exhortation that they're talking about in Hebrews, man. Right? Showing your brethren the way, teaching your brother, comforting your people, man, being that comforter. Right? What does it say? What does it say in Proverbs, man? I'd rather get it. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter Salakia. Uh Go ahead and bring something out. I gotta find it. Precept slipped my mind.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So in Malachi chapter
oh,
3, verse 13, it says, "Your words have been stout against me, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said it is vain to serve Yahweh. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts?" This is the mindset of our people right now, you know, and all their understanding that they have gotten in this world. This is the mindset of our people. So you got to bring understanding. You got to bring understanding. You got to show the difference between us and them. The ones who have understanding, the ones who walk in the perfect way, and those that walk according to their own knowledge and understanding. This is their mindset. They say it's like, why we have to walk mournfully? They're asking the question, what is it that we have to walk mournfully? So you have to contend for righteousness, right? We're supposed to walk mournfully because that's going to make our hearts better. When we out here mourning, the Lord is going to deliver us because we showing that we're in our nature now. It's showing that we do not agree with this system. Okay, that's how you be set aside and holy unto the Most High. You know, because He want to see you mourning out here, crying out, like the brother brought out. He said, you know, those who sigh and cry in the streets are the ones that's going to have the mark of the Most High. It says, and now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. They that tempt Yahweh are even delivered. These are the things that's happening through our drunkenness, man, and our sleep, our much slumberings. We sit here and we justify the wicked because we seeing things, we judging things how they right in our eyes. We judging our own we're judging from the perspective of the so-called white man, right? And for his system wrapped around us. But what's the difference is here. Verse 16, Malachi 3, verse 16. They that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. And where do we get this? Is the connection that we had. The things that we seen that were wrong, unjust, upside down, we spoke on these things without the word, and now the word comes and confirms everything that we have felt. You know what I mean? It's confirmed everything that the men of understanding have felt. Right now, our job is to teach you and change your mindset, change our people. Our job is to change the people's mindset towards the scripture. They call it King James a white man. They think that's right in their own eyes. You know, they saying that book is a lie. That's things that are right in their own eyes. So we got to stand up for righteousness, like the scripture say in Psalms 96, 94. It says, who going to stand up for righteousness?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. 94:16, right? Yeah. So we got to stand for righteousness, right? Who's gonna let me get there real quick, and then I'm gonna pass it back, right? Psalms 94.
See the 16 or 12.
It says, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?" You see, who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? So that's our people as well, man. And no, well, it's the wicked, and they're influencing our people. So we gotta do our due diligence to make those things right, teaching our people, man. Do our part, right? All right, brother.
So I had the wrong book in my mind when I was thinking about this precept, but it came, but you know, the Lord brought it back to me. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 16. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from my eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek
That's right.
judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Right? So it says learn to do well. Seek judgment. Right? As the brother was saying about mourning, man. Right? Furthermore, it says relieve the oppressed. Right? That's that exhortation. Remember, one of the definitions of exhort is to comfort. Right? So it says relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Right? So you're
That's
supposed to
right.
be out here pleading for the fatherless and for the widow and the oppressed people, man. You ain't supposed to be staying at home, uh conforming to Babylon, conforming to the ways of oppression, conforming to the wickedness going on, right? You're supposed to be sighing and crying in the midst thereof for all the abominations in the midst thereof, Salakia, right?
Huh.
That's what you're supposed to be doing constantly. But Jake don't wanna believe or hearken into that thing, man. Right?
Huh.
What Jake want to do is, even some of the Jakes in the truth, what Jake or the faith, what Jake want to do is continue on in this wicked place,
Huh.
right? Uh, these Christian Jakes want to say, pray for America.
Mm.
Man, hell no, we're not praying for America, man.
Mm.
Right? It is a beautiful thing to see the fall of your enemies, man.
That's right.
And if America isn't our enemy, I don't know who the hell is, man.
Right.
This is the land of your captivity, and you over here talking about pray for America,
Yep. See, that's
right?
wrong judgment.
That's
Huh.
wrong judgment, man. Hey, as the scriptures say, there wrong judgment do for go out, man.
Huh.
Right? And that's man, that's off as hell, man. And that's that same spirit that Jake and the truth have, man. He want to say, I'm Israel, this, that, and the other, but in a moment's notice, he wants to sit at home and not do the work. Hey, man, we prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, man. Staying at home is not prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, man. Right? That's you being a co-conspirator. And we ain't respecting that thing, man. Right? Whatever you got.
Yeah, man. I want to go ahead and get First Peter chapter 5, verse 2. This is First Peter chapter 5 and 2. Feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among you, taking the oversight, not by constraint, but willingly. For it says, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Right? So listen, we got to take the oversight, right? Because our people don't have a king over them as far as their mind is concerned. We know that Yahweh will sit on the throne, okay, and that would be our king. So that's why we don't speak our own words anymore. We speak the words of Yahweh, you know. And it says, uh, not by constraint, but willingly. You know what I mean? So don't come out there in any type of spirit. You got to come out in the spirit of, love for your people. You know what I mean? As if you setting up Black Wall Street again. That's how you got to come on in that mindset, because you're gonna set up you helping set up a better kingdom. Okay, building a better kingdom with your house show. You know what I mean? That's
Come.
how you got to come out there, like you giving them all types of money and gold. You know what I mean? But it's the scripture, man. It's the word. It's knowledge. Proverbs chapter 23 and 23. Real quick, it says, "Buy the truth, sell it not, and wisdom and instruction and understanding." Right. So you it's like you giving them gold. You giving them money. You know what I mean? Proverbs 2 actually speaks on that. Proverbs chapter 2, uh, verse 3. Yeah, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searches for her as for hid treasures. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of Yahweh. Right? Because what's the knowledge of Yahweh? That we are the Israelites, man. We are the Israelites, and death is not even going to prevent us, man. Yahweh is the resurrection, right? So with this truth, with this understanding, with the fear of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh, hey, we're gonna be delivering ourselves from uh, uh, the time set for this kingdom to come down. We delivering ourselves from those times, right? If we keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, we may have the right to the tree of life, man. You know. So Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 14. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all things. It says all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Everything that you desire in this wicked kingdom over the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, okay, it's nothing to be compared to those things, to the knowledge and wisdom of the Most High. It's nothing to be compared to. Okay, everything that you get from your enemy, it's nothing to be compared to that thing. So that's the way you got to bring this word out to your people, not with constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre. Because like I said, you're gonna receive all those good things in the kingdom, man. It says, but of a ready mind, neither being lords over Yahweh's heritage. So don't go out there for any altered motive, man. Don't go out there for any ulterior motive. It says, but be an example. You're supposed to be an example to your people, because look, like the scriptures say, they don't have a king over them. They're gonna do what's right in their own eyes. They don't have no standard as far as they can see. They don't have any standard. They said, why should I walk around mourning like you? Gabar, why should I walk around mourning like you? Why should I walk around mourning like you guys? You got to put that spirit on them. These words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. You got to build them up through the word, scriptures, and the words of the Most High.
Con, give them that understanding, because they don't have the understanding. Salakia, I got a precept. It's the book of Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. 11, and we'll start at, man, I'm gonna go ahead and start at 21, man. Get the full context. Forget 20. Man, 19. So lucky. I'm gonna start at 19, man, and read on down. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 19. For ye suffer fools gladly, seeing yourselves are wise, as the brother was saying, right? They see themselves as wise, man. They believe they're wise in their own eyes, right? Because they're not taking heed to the king that's over them, right? Because Yahweh is still the king that's over us, and he has left his commandment for us in these scriptures, man. Right? And one of those commandments was what? Go and feed the sheep, man. Go and do the work. Wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Right? Going on. For ye suffer if a man bring you into bondage, if a man devour you. Them the only times that Jake believe he's actually suffering. Them the only time that Jake believe he actually in captivity, right? When he's under real constraints of actual bondage with chains, right? When a man actually devours him, right? Hey, Jake will be all for America until the so-called white man, police officer, shoot him down in his car, right? Then all of a sudden, Jake not for America no more. While he getting shot down, he pleading that America be destroyed, man. Right? Go and ask Bottom Jean if he's for America. Right? Go and ask Tatiana Jefferson if she's for America. Right? Go and ask George Floyd, Tamir Rice. Right? Go and ask Michael Brown. Right? Trayvon Martin. Go and ask them if they're for America, man. I guarantee you they'll tell you hell no. No justice go forth in America, man. And as we stated earlier, if you are not out prophesying against America, if you are not out teaching your brethren what to do to be redeemed out of this captivity, then you are for America, man. You might as well go out and vote for Trump or Biden, man. You might as well go out and vote for one of them. Reading on. If a man take of you, if a man exalt himself, if a man smite you on the face, right? That's when you suffer. Until then, you don't believe that you're actually suffering. 21. I speak as concerning reproach, as though we had been weak. Howbeit, whereinsoever any is bold, I speak foolishly. I am bold also. So Paul saying he speak foolishly because he's speaking about being bold, right? That's the only thing he's saying right now. He's saying I speak foolishly because I'm about to speak about being bold, as you speak about that you're bold, right? Going on. Are they Hebrews? So am I. So you brothers out there, you say you're a Hebrew. So am I. So are we, right? Are they Israelites? So am I. Hey, you brothers Israelites. So am I, right? Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Verse 23. Are they ministers of Hamashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more. And labors more abundant, and stripes above measure, and prisons more frequent, and deaths oft. Man, he's saying, hey man, no matter the fact that I'm in prisons frequently, no matter the fact that death is often around me, hey man, I'm still a heavy laborer, man. I still go out and do the work heavier, better, and more steadfast than you, right? So you don't have an excuse to not go and do the work. Reading on. Of the Jews, 5 times I received 40 stripes, save one. So Paul, man, he received 40 stripes 5 times, man. Whips on the back, man. Beyond persecution from his own people, man. But did that stop him? Did he say, man, you know what? I'm not finna deal with these niggas anymore, man. These niggas whoop my back, man. Shit, you don't want to go out because niggas don't want to hear the word. Paul talking about, hey, he received 40 stripes 5 times, man. He still went out and did the work, man. That still didn't stop him. Reading on. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. Listen to that, man. Beaten with rods. Once was he stoned for this truth, man. Suffered shipwreck. Night and day he was in the water after shipwrecking, man. And that didn't stop our beloved brother Paul from continuing in the work, man. This right here is telling you, man, you have no reason not to continue in the work, man. Right? Verse 26, and journeyings and often in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils of by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils amongst false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and in thirst, and in fasting often, in cold nakedness. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. And we know that the churches are the children of Israel, man. We are the church. So besides all that, he's like, hey, man, for the care of the churches, I'm still out here delivering the word. I'm still out here doing the work, man. In spite of everything that he went through, all the suffering he went through, man, for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, man. Right? Go ahead. All right.
Yeah, like the brother was touching on, in 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice. And why is it saying as if some strange thing, right, has happened to you? Because you know what? You're gonna be buffeted, You're gonna be buffeted for righteous faith, okay? Righteousness faith, right? You're gonna be buffeted. Like it says in Isaiah 59 and 16, he that let's get this. Isaiah 59, 16. Says, uh, verse 15, like it says, yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was none, that there is no judgment. People's better judgment is not to say, man, this brother is out there holding the scriptures, you know, he's talking about justice and judgment. Let's go hear him. That's not what people are gonna do. Yeah, Proverbs 3:13 says, happy is he that findeth knowledge and wisdom, but you're not gonna get that all the time. You're gonna get some that's happy. You know what I mean? They hear it and they receive it with
Con.
what's happening. But you're gonna get a lot of people that want to hurt you. You know what I mean? And they're gonna say those questions like I pulled in Malachi chapter 3, verse 13. It's like, what is it that we should walk mournfully like you? Why would you be like you? You know? And that's what it says in First Peter as well, chapter 4. First Peter chapter 4 and verse 4. It says, verse 3, it says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have worked the will of the Gentile. Meaning it was suffice. It was cool for us to, get the Jordans and be fly on the block, trying to pull all the women and, messing with your brother's woman and sagging your pants and, getting degrees and moving up through the ranks, cutting off your beard, you know what I mean? Not having a problem with homosexuality, eating pork, all these other things, all these wayward understanding. It suffices, right? To carry on like the Gentile, right?
Con.
In this mindset of happiness, in this mindset of, mirth, right? But the scripture tells us to do what? Rather mourn, right? Because of these things that's happening to our people. And it says, when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think. So these other people that's not likened unto ourselves, these other people that don't hear the word, right? It says what? Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you, right? So they're gonna speak evil of you. So that means they're gonna do the most minimum thing is they ain't gonna listen to you. They're gonna shake their head. They're gonna walk off. They're gonna be like, all right, brother, I gotta go. Once they get you talking for a little bit, and you say you don't, the white man is the devil. He going to hell. He's eat him. When you say all these things, then they start to categorize you, man.
Con.
That's.
Con.
And then I got one more.
Go ahead, bring it out.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. You know what I mean? So they want to put us to shame. They want to sit up here and made an open shame. You know what I mean?
Con.
They shake their head at us. You got people screaming, arguing with us. You know what I mean? It's like, man, we're gonna receive that. Hey, it's a lot of prophets that died shameful deaths, man. If you seen what they did to our people that just bought land, cutting off their rods and stuff like that by lynching them, and think about what they did to the prophets, pulling off their skin. Christ got his beard plucked off, pulled off his face. You know what I mean? They spit in his face. But he gonna get what? It says, there is a shame which is glory and grace. Right there. This is how we gotta understand this walk. You're gonna be feeling like, damn, nobody gonna listen to they call it crazy. They saying that Yahweh Shah, our faith and patience uh is us looking for the sky daddy. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, yeah, definitely heard that.
Like, yeah, they believe they sky daddy gonna save them.
Yeah, I
These
definitely
are
heard
the
that.
things that they try to make us shameful of. All right, man. Listen.
Con, all praises, brother. I got a couple precepts. I'm gonna
Okay.
bring out. I got Ephesians chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 10. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. So you know who that's talking about. It's talking about Yahweh Shai, right? And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors, and some teachers, right? For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, right? That lines perfectly up with what Paul was saying in Corinthians as far as doing it for the churches, right? That's the body of a Mashiach, the churches, the Israelites, right? And as you notice in verse 11, it says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. It didn't say anything about and some to sit at home. It didn't say it ain't in there, right? He didn't say and some to sit at home. It didn't say that, man. It said that some are apostles, some are prophets, some evangelists, some pastors, and some teachers, man. Find your lot and then live in your lot, man. Right? The only way to understand your lot is to do the work. Then you'll start to understand your one you have a gift that's greater than others, right? You may get out there and start teaching, be like, man, I really understand these prophecies, man. I really know how to line these prophecies up. They make clear sense to me. Man, and guess what, man? You're a prophet, right? You may be great at giving people understanding, man. And okay, great. I'm a teacher, right? You may be great at being very evangelical, meaning everywhere you go, man, you spread the word, man, right? Then great, I'm an evangelist, right? But in order to fill your lot, in order to know who you are, right, you've got to do the work continually, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is no staying at home. Staying at home is not going to get you the understanding that you need, right? Shalaki, hold on.
You good, bro? Yeah, and you don't want death and destruction to make you have the understanding that you ought to have had. Uh, this is Luke chapter 16 and verse 19. It says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared some I don't even know, tussuously every day. So he was rich, right? And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at the gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from thence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send me to my father's house, and I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. See, so you don't want to let it get to the point where you're not going to have no options now. You can't turn back and teach, because the famine of the word is coming. That's a prophecy that I don't want to get too deep on right now, but it's going to be a time where it's too late. Test over, pencils down. You know what I mean? You don't want to let it get to that point. You know what I mean? To where you sitting there now, even this wicked man, he had understanding in it when it was too late. Because every knee gonna bow, every tongue gonna confess. So everybody gonna get to the point where they say, man, everything was true. It was all real. The brothers in the streets, they not crazy. But how you gonna come to that conclusion when it's over? You know what I mean? Test down. I mean, pencils down, test over. Flip over the test. It's done. You know, get out there and do the work while you still have time. You know, so we exhorting you. You know, we exhorting you to do that thing. What did he say? He says, for I have 5 brethren. Now he want to do the work. He want to do some form. I do whatever I can now. So now you realizing that knowing the curses, I should have kept doing it then. If that's all I can remember without having no notes in front of me, if all I can remember is the curses, then I should have done that and increased that little bit of knowledge by getting more people to understand. How I know how the Lord is going to use me. You know what I mean? If all you know is just the curses, do the curses then. It sounds like you probably trying to be proud. Like you not proud, but you're trying to, I mean, your heart is in the right place, but you got to make sure that you know, you got time to read. What does it say in Ecclesiastes? Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? So spiritually, you got to look at, I'm messing up on the script. I forgot that scripture. It don't matter, brother. You're doing the work. Keep studying. Study until the Lord comes back. You can't put it down. You know what I mean? It's like your heart stopping to beat. You know, don't speak against the truth in any wise. In no wise, don't speak against the truth. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you're not speaking against the truth, then you're gonna grow. Just keep reading, keep studying, and all you got is the curses. Then bring out the curses, man. Because you know what, Salakia, bro, I got one more,
No,
real
bring it
quick.
out. Bring it out.
Hebrews 4 and 12. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, uh, here it is. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. What does it say? For the word, now let's start at 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, right? And this is the rest wherewith he told the weary. Okay, this is the rest wherewith he told the weary to rest, right? But yet they would not hear, right? But it don't matter. We're supposed to continue to labor. It says, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief, right? So if you're not in them streets putting out the words, and you coming after some other way, you trying to get some other ulterior motive accomplished by going out there, then guess what? You might be in danger of falling because you're like, nah, I want to know a little bit more than this, brother. I want to know. Then the scripture say, don't be many masters. Go out there, bring what you got. Hope that you can bring out what you got. You know what I mean? Bring out what you have. And it says in verse 12, for the word of Yahweh is quick. Now, is those curses in the scriptures? Of course it is. The curses are in the scriptures. And is that the oracles of the Most High? Of course it is. So guess what? That word is quick. Even if you bringing out just the curses, it's quick. And what else? And powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even and dividing asunder of the soul, the spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. The thoughts and the intents of the heart. Isn't that Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 20? That'll do a lot for some people. Everything that you putting your hands on to do ain't gonna be nothing but cursing and vexation. That'll get them to stop in their tracks. Somebody that these things are plain unto, it'll get them to stop in their tracks and say, man, I need to give up on this system and turn to these scriptures. That one scripture right there can make them understand Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Just because you brought that out, and they can go home reading, and they're going to see that the scriptures start lining up. Then you look at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. You know, one of all things from your enemy. Meaning what? I don't have no financial power. So somebody in finance, I don't care how smart they are, I don't care how many big words they use, they're going to understand exactly what you're saying as an Israelite. Somebody that understands economy and finances, they're going to understand that Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Don't see the scripture tell you, man. A man's goings is of the Lord. So how can a man then understand his own way? If all you know is them curses, then bring out the curses. Look at what Stephen brought out. And they wanted to kill him. He only brought out the law and how nobody wanted to do the law. You know what I mean?
Stoned him.
But then look, they killed him for just those few words, man. Stop going out there for the wrong reasons, man. because that's what's gonna keep you from not wanting to be out there. I want to know knowing than this, brother. I want to do this. I want to do that. Listen, go out there and do what you got. Bring what you had.
Con.
Watch it, bro. Go ahead.
No, all praises, brother. All praises. Uh, man, I got a couple. I'm bring out a class. I'm bring out the classes, man. I'm gonna go to the law.
Oh,
Right. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the persons of the poor, nor honor the persons of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Right. So we're supposed to be out there judging our neighbor, which is the people of our nation, fellow Israelites, in righteousness, man. Right? That is a law. It's not commanded of us to stay at home. It is commanded of us to go judge our people in righteousness, man. Right? Jumps verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Right? So we're supposed to be not suffering sin upon our neighbor, man. We're supposed to be out there rebuking our people, man.
wow.
Thus saith the word of the Most High God. Right? Go ahead. I mean, read on.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh. Right? So he said, hey, don't uh where is it? Don't well so like it's really not in this is the one above it where it says not to suffer sin upon them, right? You're not supposed to suffer sin upon your neighbor, man. So if you're not out there rebuking your people out breaking the Sabbath day, you usually teach on the Sabbath day, and when you out there, you telling them, hey, this is the Sabbath day, man. I know they taught you that it's this day, but it's really this day. You know what I'm saying? And we supposed to be out, we supposed to be keeping it holy. We can't be out buying and selling. We can't be out running them up doing the things of our own pleasures. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be keeping it holy, right? So you when you staying at home, you suffering sin upon your neighbor, man, right? Because a lot of our people don't know the right way, right? They're living in complete darkness, man, and we're supposed to be the light unto the Gentiles, right? The Gentiles of our people, man. That's how we are a light unto the Gentiles of our people. Because what's a light? The law the commandment is a lamp. The law is a light, man, right? So we're supposed to be bringing our people back into the light, the understanding of the law and these scriptures, and the faith in Yahweh, who's also the light, man. Right? Let me get another classic, man. The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. See that? So we're supposed to be crying aloud, man, sparing not, right? Lifting up our voice like a trumpet and showing our people, the Israelites, the house of Jacob, their sins, man. That's something that we're supposed to be going out to go do. Not sitting at home, not chilling, you know what I'm saying? Not talk, not wanting to do the work. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to do this with gladness of heart, man, because this is a commandment for us to go out and do the work. And it said to serve the Lord with all joyfulness and gladness of heart, man. Right? And if you love the Lord and you love your people, then you should love going out and waking your people up, man. In spite of the demons you deal with while you're out there. All that tells you is that you actually are bringing a word out, man. Because if you was a pastor and you were speaking folly and madness, you wasn't speaking the truth of the scriptures, then you wouldn't have any demons getting stirred up. You wouldn't have people getting angry, man. They hated Yahweh, man. They hated all the apostles, man. Right? They hated all the disciples. They hated the prophets. Right? Man, the people wanted to put Jeremiah to death so many times, man. It didn't even make sense, man. Every chance they got, man, put him to death. Put him to death. He prophesying against us. Put him to death. You know what I'm saying? Because he was rebuking them, man. He wanted them.
Kill that nigga.
Yeah, man. He wanted them, and they wanted to put him to death, man. Throw him in the dungeon. They threw him in the dungeon, man. Left him there to starve, man. They ain't even just wanted. They ain't want to just put him to death any old way. They wanted him to starve to death in a dark and lonely dungeon, man.
Terrible, man.
Lowered him down in the dungeon with no food, man. But Yahweh had his hand around him, man. So he brought him out of that, right? And that's the same thing we got to keep in mind, man. No matter how much people want to chastise us for doing the work of the Most High God, how they want to hate us, how they want to speak against us, how they want to call us a hate group, how they want to go on and so forth with the nonsense. We got to understand that the prophets of old went through much, much worse, man. And in the days to come, we're going to face much, much worse, man. So if you can't deal with what's going on now, hey, that's why the title says, hey, if you're not going to do it, get the out, man. Because if you can't deal with what's going on right now, you can't deal with your family members speaking against you. You can't deal with a couple of people on the corners speaking against you. Then you damn sure not gonna deal with the chastisement that's coming to us in Jacob's trouble, man. So go ahead and get the hell out now, man. Because this ain't no part-time gig, right? It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 6. Matter of fact, before I go to Hebrews, I got two more. Right?
Nah, go ahead, bro.
Before I go to Hebrews, let me go to Ezekiel, man. Another classic, man. I go to another classic. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. So we're supposed to be out there giving our people warning from Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? That's what we commanded to do. We are the watchmen, right? Not only the brothers from Watchmen for Israel, the camp, are watchmen. We are all watchmen of our brethren, man. Right? I love them brothers and I love their name, and I ain't speaking against them. I'm just saying they're not the only watchmen, man. You know what I'm saying? We are all watchmen. Gun. You know what I'm saying? Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die. We're supposed to be telling them, hey, man, you shall surely die if you continue in your wicked path, man. You continue to eat pork. You continue to be an adulterer. You continue to break the Sabbath day. You continue to be a fornicator. You continue to do so on and so forth against the law. You shall surely die, man. That's our job, right? Reading on. And thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. That same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So when you staying at home and you know the truth, you know the commandments, you know your people are living wickedly, you know wherever it is that you go teach at, or where you could go teach at in the chief place of concourse, and you know people are out there doing wickedly, and you deciding to stay at home, and that wicked man dies when you could have been out there warning him that very same day. The Most High is gonna require that blood at your hand, man, because you wanted to stay at home. Right? Reading on. Verse 19. If thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's why we can't be dismayed at their looks or at their words, as it says in the earlier scripture of Ezekiel, right? We can't be dismayed at their looks or at their words, because our job is to go out and warn them. And once we have warned them, we have delivered our soul, man. Right? One more.
Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love. And what is love? Right? Love is not suffering sin upon your people, man. Love is teaching your people to keep the commandments. Your work of labor, going out and laboring for the Most High, doing the work of the Most High God, man, right? Which ye have showed toward his name. In that ye have ministered to the saints and Shalakia. In that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Man, I got to read that again. Right? For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name. So this what you're doing is showing love towards the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? And that ye have ministered to the saints, right? And this is a cut talking about you're supposed to be ministering to all nations, man, because the saints are the Israelites, right? But it says that you have ministered to the saints and do minister, not you did it and you stopped. It says, and do minister, mean you are continuing to minister, you continuing to rebuke, you continuing to do the work, you continuing to evangelize, right? Prophesy. Reading on. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of the hope unto the end, that ye may not be slothful. Right? Hey, you can't be slothful in this thing, man. But followers of them through faith and patience inherit the promises. Right? That's how you inherit the promises, man. You're not inheriting the promises without doing the work, man. You have to do the work, man. You got to go out and minister. And you got to do it until the end, as the scripture says. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. Go ahead, what you got?
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, brother. That's true. I'm gonna go back to First Peter chapter 3, and it said, "But sanctify the Lord's in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach." So your conversation is going to be the words of the Most High Yahweh Shem Shah, because the words that the Lord speaks into it, the words that we have are spirit and life, right? We're telling people to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So that they can preserve their bodies, be set aside, be holy. You know what I mean? You not stop eating shrimp, crab, lobster, and all these other defiled foods. You know what I mean? That preserves your body, teaching you how to have virtue, teaching our children to teaching how how we are supposed to dress, our apparel. You know what I mean? Teaching us how to come together, prefer each other rather than the other nation, right? These are the things that we're supposed to bring out, right? So you don't get concerned with things that don't bring edification. You know what I mean? You just keep studying. You mess up, stumble over a word. So what? So what? Keep bringing the word out, man. You got all day. You got the days that lie ahead of you. If it be the Lord will, to continue to bring these things out. Continue to perfect the words that the Most High has given you. When you continue to meditate and grow thereby, right? When you continue to grow, you bring these words out more and more, all the more, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. It's unnecessary to worry about. It's unnecessary to worry about things that don't pertain into you bringing out the scriptures, right? That's unnecessary matters, man. You bring out what you know. Oh, you don't know everything, so I got to study until I know everything. Okay, brother. Well, in the meantime, what are you gonna be doing? Bring out the word. Get on the live stream. You know what I mean? Open your mouth wherever it is that wherever it is that you at, bringing it out to the wise of the people, or getting out there, and bringing it out to the people. Okay, as much as the Lord gives you opportunity, and you got to stop pushing off that opportunity. We don't get into that. So it says, "For more things are showed unto thee." So let me read that again. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. I don't talk as good as that brother. Oh, my beard is not grown out. I can't go out today. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm balding at the top of my head. I try to, just more so try to do live streams at home because I don't want people to see my bald. Look, man. Hey, man, Jake, I don't know what other reason it is, but that's unnecessary matters, man. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. So you get the understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments, why the laws mean what. Expound on those things, man. Why is this law important? Why do we call Yahweh? If you know these things, bring it out. You know what I mean? Bring out the curses, man. It says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion." Because of that reason, you know what I mean? Of people being deceived by their own vain opinion, you might have understanding that they haven't thought about. You might be able to build on the scripture and expound on scriptures that other brothers don't see. You might look at the curses a different way. Like this brother Gabor was telling me about another way to look at weed smokers, man, and the witchcraft behind that thing, the rebellion behind that thing, right? So it says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion that overthrown their judgment." This is what's happening to our people. So what are we supposed to be doing? It says, uh, uh, Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and 9, "Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment." So when you go out there bringing out the word, the law, statute, commandment. You sitting in judgment, even just having a word laying on your bed, reading it. You are in the place of judge. You sitting in the seat of judgment, man. You know what I mean? So that's the time to go out there and deliver your brother that's suffering wrong, man. By bringing out these law, statute, commandments, opening your mouth, judging righteously, pleading the cause of the poor and the needy. The reason of why we in the situation we in. That's what you're supposed to be doing, because you're sitting in the place of judgment and you have understanding of these things now through the curses. Something as simple as the curses, man. Then it says, be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of, it says, be a father unto the fatherless, and instead of an husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth. So when you out there in the wrong mindset, I want to be the one that seems like I have all knowledge, so the ladies can, can kind of hear it, all my knowledge, so the ladies can hear my knowledge. Hey, Jake got so much going on in his mind. I'm trying to make sure I leave no stone uncovered, man. It says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 20, observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. This concerns your soul, man. Jake don't want to talk about the white man no more. He kind of get, oh man, he kind of going in on that white man on Esau, ain't he? Man, this Edom might seem a little nice, man. We don't have to do him like that. I can't be around you brothers, man. Y'all make me feel uneasy. So you stay in the house. I don't know what's going on with Jake. We got to touch on it all, man. It says in verse 23, and refrain not to speak when there is an occasion to do good. There's an occasion right now to do good. That's what the Most High, that's what Yahushua was telling. He said the harvest, man, is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So you have an opportunity right there, right? It says, when there is an occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty. The wisdom is beautiful, man. Don't hide that thing, right? For by speech, wisdom shall be known, and by learning, and by the word of the tongue. It says, in no wise speak evil against the truth. So when you ain't saying nothing, you speaking evil against the truth. You holding it to yourself. But be abashed of the error of thine ignorance. So when you sitting here in your ignorance, thinking it's sufficing it to go on like the world has went on in wicked deeds, now you got to open your mouth, judge righteously, man. Okay, and be abashed of the error of thine ignorance. So you were ignorant before, so now you got to be trying to do the work to the best of your ability. Okay, with all your heart, so that what you might be delivered and have a right to the tree of life in the end. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
Nah, no need to say my bad. All praises, brother. That was beautiful. You was bringing it out, and you was touching, like you said, you was touching on all the points, man. Because you don't know what Jake reason is for doing what he does. Jake be having all kind of things in his mind, man. Part of why Jake be leaving the faith is because Jake find it easier to be deep in other things, man. Because this requires a sincere heart. And when you don't have that sincere heart, the Most High is not going to deliver that wisdom unto you, man. Right? And you can go study up on any kind of folly, and just by studying it, you'll get that understanding. Right? You can learn about Egyptology through just reading. You know what I'm saying? You can learn about the universe, quote unquote Darwinism, through just reading. And so on and so forth, and Islam and all that folly, that Jake like to dabble into. You can learn about those things through just reading. But this thing here is spiritual, right? So your spirit got to be right in order for you to get the understanding thereof. And if your spirit is right, the Most High will give you an increase on what you have already. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some things you can understand through reading, but to gain a better understanding, you got to be spiritual and you got to be of the right spirit, man. Right? But the brother was touching on bringing out your wisdom, man. Bringing out what you have. If you got the curses, bring out the curses. You know what I'm saying? not hiding what you have, right? So I got it's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and I'll start at 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Right? So if you got this understanding, because that savor is talking about is your wisdom. If you got this understanding, right? And you know what's going on, you know the curses, you know the commandments. You may not know all 613, but you know a good amount of them to teach your brothers and your sisters that they shouldn't be celebrating pagan holidays. They shouldn't be eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They shouldn't be breaking the Sabbath day. They need to have fringes on, so on and so forth. You know enough of them, right? To get out there and reprove your people, right? You may not understand all the sacrificial laws, so on and so forth, but you know enough of them to get people going in their day to day life, keeping the high holy day, so on and so forth, to go out there and teach. You have enough wisdom, right? But it says, hey, if you're not gonna go out and apply that wisdom and use that wisdom, then it is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Right. So it's good for nothing. If you're gonna sit in the house with the wisdom that you have and not bestow it upon your brethren and your sisters, then hey, you good for nothing, right? But to be cast out and trodden under foot of men. Reading on. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. And as we brought out earlier, the light is the commandments, man. Right? So your understanding, as it says in Romans 3 and 3, Romans 3 and 1, I mean, Salakia, what advantage have the Jew? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it so I don't butcher it. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna hold this and I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna come back.
Sorry.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then have the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? So it adds that circumcision in it because it lets you know it's not just talking about only Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because all tribes had to be circumcised. So it's touching on the Jew as well as Israel. A lot of people read over that and don't understand. That's why it says, what advantage have the Jew? Or it adds or profit is there to circumcision, which would be, the rest of the tribes. Much in every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. Right? So where it tells you you are the light of the world, it's because you were committed the oracles of the Most High God. That's how you are the light of the world, right? A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid, right? Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. You see that? So we're supposed to be letting our light shine before men, not hidden in the house. It literally says not hidden in the house, man. Right? Give like so. Hey, y'all can't be trying to hide this wisdom and this understanding that you have for whatever vain reason that you have. Whatever vain reason it may be. It may be like the brother say, man, hey, Jake don't want people to, hey, man, I don't got, my beard kind of patchy, man. I ain't really trying to go out in the streets with a patchy beard, man. Wait till my beard come all the way out, then I'll be able to go teach, when my beard come. Hey, I'm growing my hair out. Once I get my braids, man, I'll hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? Jake have
be thinking like that, man.
Jake have a me. Hey, my garment ain't came in yet. I ordered a garment. I ordered a garment, and until I get my garment, I ain't gonna go out there. No, brother. You should have fringes anyway. You get out there with your fringes on and you handle your work, man. Right? Get out with your zeets on and you handle your work, man. Right? It is no, hey, I won't wait for my glorious garment to come in before I go out there. When I get that glorious garment, I'll be able to go out there. Then no, you going off, man.
Some brother might be saying, hey, I need a camera. Need to get my man. Just get out there and bring the work. You know what I mean? Some videos I don't even post.
Same with me. You seeking a corruptible crown, man. You seeking things of men. We supposed to seek an incorruptible crown, right? That's it. Whatever you got.
No, that's good for me. I'm
Con, we'll go ahead and close out. Once again, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, right? Shalom to the brother out there, man. The brethren out there, Lord willing, somebody was edified through this video. Shalom.
Shalom.